Philip, when I was talking about South Carolina beating Clemson 5 years in a row, he said, "Yeah, I remember those 5 years. Makes me smile when I see Gamecock country being a sorry afterthought." Go Tigers! Oh man, the Classic City Dog. Here we go. He might could give us you might could give us some insight into this, dog. He says, "I'm a Golden Gopher fan tonight." I think probably everybody in Tiger Nation is too, after the way Clemson was beaten up by Ohio State a year ago. Again, a game I think was a lot closer than what the final margin told, and I kind of broke that down for you earlier this week. But I want to know, like, DOGS, Georgia Bulldogs, the main Georgia website, right? The official site is Georgia Dogs, DOGS, but so many are DAWGS. Is there official gear with the DAWGS on it? Dogs? Let me know. Catch me up on this, Classic City Dog. You're right there, man, in the Classic City. You ought to know. You ought to know the story. I'd love to hear a little bit more about it. All right, back to Dabo Swinney. We got Tim Beret coming up in just a little bit as well. Don't forget that. So a couple more segments before we get to Tim Beret. And remember, you can call this program 803-450-0086, 803-450-0086. Call that number anytime. Leave us a message. We'll get you in. We'll play them on the air. Leave us a hot take. Make it your whiner line. Make it your trash talking line. Just no words that can't be said on the airwaves. If you need a list of those, you can look them up because I can't tell you what they are. But then you bring the heat, and we'll put it on repeat. We'll fire it away. And if it's great, one day you might end up with something like this.
But losing 6 coaches the previous year off a team that won the ACC, won 12 games, won the Orange Bowl, and 6 coaches fly the coop. What's your name again? I'm sorry, sir.
Just call me Swanee.
Swanee. They can't pay these people.
Just got caught up and didn't know my name. That's one of the great lines in the history of this program. I love it. I'm sorry, sir. What's your name again? You could call me Swanee. And you could call me Swanee too. Dabo Swinney was also asked about the adjustments that have to be made when you look at Georgia and the issues that they've had with some injuries and personnel issues and just having to adjust on that on the fly. But the good news is, and Dabo Swinney sort of alludes to this, I mean, it's always a season opener. There's not a lot of tape of anybody at this point, really, especially not with this personnel.
But it adds a bunch because, again, you can only prepare for what they've done and what you think they could do. That's to do the best you can with that. And you're basing it on personnel on tape that's no longer with them. And so, we have new people, they have new people. So again, that's certainly another aspect that makes these type of games really challenging.
And you step into it again against a top 5 program, both of these teams. That's the other thing. It's not like you're going in and you're taking on some level of chopped liver. And again, you're just trying to take advantage of whatever you can in moments like this. And Swinney said that's why a lot of the things that a guy like DJ Uiagalelei and Clemson's staff likes to do offensively with RPOs, et cetera, that's why that stuff's so important too.
Yeah, I mean, that's what football is all about is being able to take advantage of matchups, take advantage of, your best opportunity. Put yourself in the best case scenario. That's why a lot of people have RPOs now. The quarterback dictates, instead of having to always call a perfect play, the quarterback, makes you right based on how you trained him up. And that's in the run game, the pass game, the screen game, whatever it may be. But it certainly helps when people are sold out to take one part of your game away to be really effective in the other part. That's what creates balance. I feel great about our guys. I feel great about the guys,
Dabo Swinney there talking about Clemson heading into this matchup against Georgia, and one guy that everybody else is excited to see, Justin Ross. And Swinney was asked just how excited is he right now with that game being right around the corner?
Oh man, he's been excited since day one. he's been ready to play since day one. I'm just really proud of him and just appreciate his example. It's one thing to have passion about doing something. It's another thing to have perseverance to go with it. And man, he is, and it takes both. You can't just have passion. You gotta persevere at some point as well. Man, he has truly persevered through so much to this point, and it's just a blessing, to watch him, and excited to see him have a great year.
Earlier today, I was on with Mark Ryan on ESPN Upstate, and he asked me about my thoughts on a breakout performer for Clemson offensively in this game. And, my initial gut is I think if you want to talk about a guy you want to see have a breakout game, it will be Will Shipley because you've heard so many great things about him. But selfishly, and maybe it's not even selfishly, but for this kid, I think wouldn't you love to see Justin Ross just have a breakout game after what he went through a year ago? I mean, that's a great storyline. We'll hit a break. We'll bounce back with more right after this.